Hey YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. Today's beer is from High River. It's a High River beer, which is in BC. It's High River, BC. Right back here. This is Honey Bunches of Cereal Pale Ale. Honey Bunches of Cereal. Honey Bunches of Cereal is 4% alcohol by volume. We have the normal thing over here. We didn't just set out to build a brewery in High River. We set out to build High River's brewery. For us, it is about more than beer. It's about community. We chose High River because the town is made of people who have risen to every challenge and come out stronger because of it. Honey Bunches of Cereal Pale Ale. In this seasonal beer, we took inspiration from the fall harvest. We have used barley, corn, oats, rye, and wheat as the base ingredients, with a smattering of honey malt to produce a crushable pale ale to drink after a long day on the combine. Okay, so we have corn in here. So we have barley, oats, rye, wheat, and corn. That is a lot in a grain bill. And all of them do very different things to the grain bill. So I'm really kind of intrigued on this. Now, usually corn is used to add a little bit of sugar, fermentable sugars, to make the beer a lot lighter in body and a lot lighter in color. Usually you're using oats and wheat for the complete opposite in body. Oh, I just tooted. You can tell I've been hanging out with my 2-year-old. Okay, so I just did their Pilsner, and their Pilsner was about that color, but a little more hazy. This is what I expected out of the Pilsner. That is clear, crystal clear. That has a lot of carbonation moving. Beautiful bright white head that has a nice snap crackle pop to it. Lots of carbonation moving. Beautiful, beautiful straw gold color. So yeah, it looks good. Scent. Just kind of bready and sweet out of the glass, out of the can. Pretty much the same, just bready and sweet. Cheers, let's try it. Okay. So that is it does say pale ale on the can, but that is much more akin to just like an adjunct lager than a pale ale. Is that a problem? No, like I said, it's more a pale lager. It's more your American pale lager is what it comes out as. There is a little bit of hoppiness coming out now at the back end, so maybe I'll change that as I'm drinking. But from the first 2 sips, excuse me, that's what I thought was American pale lager. That green bill in this is doing exactly what I thought. It's fucking with my head. It's heavy yet light. It's creamy yet crisp. It rolls over the tongue, and it's very nice. It has a body to it, but at the same time it's kind of fluffy and light. But it has that body to let you know it's there. It makes that creaminess around the tongue, but it's like, hey, I'm here. Boom, as it goes back. Light carbonation, creamy, fluffy, little bready and biscuity. Well, I mean, that's really the thing, right? It has that very slight malt sweetness up at the forefront that mixes with the sweetness that you would get from corn, from maize, or it gives the mouthfeel that you would get from oats and wheat. And then it gives off a little bready biscuitiness, almost like a soda water cleanse on the palate. So you get that sweetness, and then you almost cleanse your palate. And then after the palate's been cleansed, this just slight earthy, slight piney bitterness just starts to emanate back up through the palate. I really like this. It's a Moorish beer, and it's a Moorish beer in a different reason than a lot of Moorish beers are Moorish. This is a Moorish beer because it is a beer that I actually want to take another sip of. It's not a beer that I'm thinking, oh shit, I need to take another sip to clear that flavor off my palate. Because that's not the case at all in this. I don't mind the flavor that's on my palate from this beer. That's a solid drinking beer. Ooh. As a big craft beer guy, I really love the sensations that beer gives off. As a big craft beer guy, I really love how approachable that beer is. Because one, it's 4% alcohol, so you could drink more than a couple of them. And two, it has enough flavor for the craft beer guys to go, hey, I'm drinking craft beer. And it has a small enough amount of flavor that guys that don't like craft beer could be like, hey, I actually like it. It's a gateway beer. It's a gateway beer. And, you know, I don't know a lot about how High River's population is set up and all that, but I would think that a lot of these smaller places, they usually need beers like that to help them stay afloat. And I mean that's coming from a guy from Ontario. The small breweries and stuff like Pakenham and stuff, they started with smaller, more approachable beers as their beer de jour, and I would expect that from most provinces in Canada. I don't know if High River is more falutin when it comes to their craft beer, or if they're more like South River, where you have craft beer, but it is craft beer that the entire community comes out to drink, which is what I would see for this. Out of 10 on this, I would give this an 8.25. I really enjoy it. It's a very enjoyable beer. I've been pleasantly surprised with this brewery in that I don't think I've disliked any of their beers I've had so far. I have one more tonight to try, and I think I have one more in general out of the 8 I ordered from them, and I've liked them all to varying degrees. One of them got a dance. One of them was in the 9 and up range. So I mean, it's amazing to me that this brewery has done this to me, because I didn't think anything of it. I just ordered from them because they were one of the breweries where I could order singles, because so many breweries on Craft Tap made you order 6-packs, and these guys had them all as singles, and I'm like, oh good, that's exactly what I need, because it's shipping to the Arctic. But yeah, I'm impressed. That's all I can say is I'm impressed. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Au revoir. A bientôt. See you soon. Bye bye.